So when it comes to exchange traded funds, or ETFs, some platforms can be better than others. So in this video today, I'm going to be comparing the Trading 212 account and the Vanguard Investor UK account. And so out of the two accounts, I'm going to be explaining which one is best for ETF-based investors. Now, I myself have two stocks and shares ISAs, so one within the Trading 212 account and one within the Vanguard. But I want to call out that you can only actively fund one for a given tax year. If you don't do that, then it's considered illegal, so bear that in mind. So let's begin with Vanguard. And within my account, I just focus on the S&P 500, which has ticker symbol VUSA. But if we look at the likes of Trading 212, we can do exactly the same. We can select VUSA and we can start funding. So for those that already use Trading 212, or for those that are currently on Vanguard, you may wonder, for the same ETF, should I be purchasing it on Trading 212, or should I just use the Vanguard investor website within the UK? So let's take a look at 20th of February 2019. When I executed an order type of at best, which just says for a given amount of money, make sure I can buy a whole number of units, and in this case it was 2 units. The action of course was to buy shares, and the value for both of those shares was £80.89. So for a given unit of share, that becomes £40.45. And so the question is whether or not executing shares on this platform versus Trading 212 is better or worse. Okay, so we have the 20th of February right here. We have the candlestick view, and we can see this line that I've added. And so at the time that the opening bell takes place, and if we were to have brought a stock on this day, we would have executed a price around this ballpark figure, which is £40.41 when rounded. So for a single share, that's what we would have expected to pay when the market opened. Now, of course, on our Vanguard, we are executing at best, which executes slightly faster than that of, say, a limit order, but nonetheless, it happens when the market opens up. And so on this occasion, we have Vanguard at £40.45. And so executing the same ETF on Trading 212, we would have executed at £40.41, and that's a saving of 4p. So let's just look at one other data point. Let's take April the 1st, 2019, exactly the same share, same order type, 2 shares, this time at £82.71. So dividing by 2, because we want a single unit to compare, that gives us £41.36. And so let's look at Trading 212 and check the corresponding price. Okay, so I've added the line, and we can see on April the 1st, we have a value of £41.63. And so that gives us a difference of 27p. And so Trading 212 on this occasion was 27p more expensive than that of the Vanguard platform. Now we can continue looking at the prices, but effectively they fluctuate depending on the execution. But hypothetically speaking, let's just say every single order on Trading 212 is more expensive than that of Vanguard. Now it's not the case. As we saw, it's cheap on Trading 212 and more expensive sometimes on Vanguard. Now also keep in mind that when we execute these orders, should we be paying a higher amount on Trading 212, then we still don't pay any ongoing fees. Okay, so looking at the transactions for the fees, we can see from January to April we had an account fee of 27p, and during that period I had around £500 or £600 when I first opened the account, and that was the corresponding fee. Now from April to July the amount increased, I think at this point around £800, and that equated to an account fee of 37p. And those fees are because on the Vanguard Investor UK website we have an ongoing charge fee of 0.07%. But of course, as you put more into your account, although it's a fixed amount of 0.07%, for the exact same setup, just for buying more shares, you end up paying more. That is how it works with Vanguard. Now, with Trading 212, that is not the case. We've highlighted some instances where possibly we are paying a higher price than we would have on Vanguard, but we don't have any of these ongoing account fees. And so, although I'm going to continue my funds within this Vanguard account and just leave them there to grow, I'm actually going to be adding the Vanguard S&P to my list of ETFs within my pie, and I'll be buying within the Trading 212 platform. Now, as a dividend-based investor, the VUSA ETF doesn't actually count towards my dividend growth, but I do like this S&P 500 ETF and so I will be adding to my dividend-based portfolio. In terms of funding, I'm going to be adding £100 every month, and so it doesn't change my process with that of my dividend-based goals. The majority of the other stocks and shares are all dividend-based, and this is just one of those outliers, but I'm happy to add to the Trading 212 platform. Now in my case, it makes more sense to have this Vanguard ETF added to Trading 212 because I am a long-term investor, and even for investors that use the Vanguard platform, they would be a long-term investor as well. So as you have more money into the account on the Vanguard website, we will be paying more and more fees at that price of 0.07%. And so adding more money into the account on Trading 212 platform just means that in the long run, we are paying less fees, even if the individual unit of stock for the ETF might be slightly than that of Vanguard. On top of that, we have a little bit more control on the ordering. So if you're an active investor, you can manually remember to purchase the ETF. But in my case, I'm going to be using the Pi functionality to automatically invest every single month. So based on my experience, I'll be using Trading 212. I'm adding VUSA ticker symbol to my account. And my personal opinion is that Trading 212 for this type of ETF is better to the one I previously used within the Vanguard website. Now, of course, there's other ETFs that you can purchase on the Vanguard website, and you may feel comfortable using the Vanguard to purchase other types of ETFs. There's definitely a lower number on Trading 212, but the key ones that I like exist on Trading 212. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hopefully this has been helpful for anyone that's been debating on whether to open a Vanguard account or Trading 212 account. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And with that said, I'll catch you in the next one.